Okay, we're recording.
So, second chance while Procyon recovers from hysteria. This is Epou and Procyon!
And this is Procyon Loader. And CatScratch is singing,
providing background music.
Yes.
Pink, fluffy unicorns dancing on rainbows.
We have to talk over that, don't we?
I don't know, we probably do. So, what was this one? Resonance of Fate?
Resonance of Fate.
Unicorns dancing on rainbows.
It was... You're throwing me off.
I'll give it credit in that it's one of those games where it doesn't give you anything. It's something you figure out for yourself. Yeah, sure, it had the tutorial right there in the menu, but really, honestly, did we even bother reading that?
Well, you almost bothered reading it.
Does anyone?
Yeah, well, you weren't supposed to see that.
Wait, does anyone bother with the tutorials if they aren't forced upon you?
Well, people who read tutorials do.
People who want to know how to play the game.
No one bothers with that. But let's see.
Resonance of Fate, the movie.
There were quite a few. It's probably because we just sat around watching it the entire time.
I'm
Okay,
aiming my gun at you. It's not loaded yet. Hold on, it's almost there. It's almost... Okay, I fired.
Yeah, no, that sums it up pretty well, actually. No, just the incredibly high difficulty curve. Procyon, you got it right off the bat. I'm fumbling trying to hit dogs with guns, and that probably sounds horrible and taken out of context. Copyright that. You better make that into... People of the comments, please. Make this a shirt.
I don't know, I kind of like the limitless "what do" comments we got.
Oh.
Then again, my sister was watching our videos and she was wondering why Epou likes running around in a dress, so.
Because it was a nice dress.
There you go!
It was a nice dress. What? I can't like dresses.
Anyways.
Cricket.
Anyways. The one thing I noticed when I was reading the instruction manual, because, you know, we were hopelessly lost. We couldn't figure out anything, so I just took the time to read the instruction manual for a little bit.
Cheater.
You would have done the same. No,
I
you wouldn't
almost
have.
did. I almost did, but then my moral compass guided me in the correct direction and just completely ignored the instructions.
From what I noticed, the gameplay, the combat, depended a lot on distance. So the closer you were to an enemy, the faster your gun would have fired. I think that's what worked out for me because it was practically point blank. Whereas...
Yeah, but when I've got a gun to a dog's skull, it still takes me 3 hours to fire.
This is true.
And what about Pretty Boy? He was standing on the other side of a building.
Oh, you mean Pincushion?
And they were shooting him through the building!
I think it was a grate.
It had a window.
I think it was a grate of sorts.
I'll
like
give
a wire
this
fence.
to their credit. They do know how to place their really inappropriately placed cover. That doesn't help at all.
Let's go hide behind this paper sheet.
Brilliant! They'll never see it coming. Better yet, that window is the perfect hiding spot.
Oh look, it's even, doesn't have any glass.
Brilliant.
But no, like I said, I loved how they didn't give anything to you. Like, the first, 3 minutes of gameplay, we didn't know what we were looking for. We thought we were looking for the street.
Rainy Bridge.
Rainy Bridge.
Okay, I'm raising my hand and my question. First 3 minutes of gameplay. We're talking about the first 3 minutes of the game?
Oh, yes. No cutscenes, just the actual, I'm moving the controller around.
Okay.
Yeah,
And I
that's
still can't find the guild.
I was gonna say, we had a 10-minute introduction scene. Multiple scenes fit into 10 minutes.
That was the other thing. I know it's an RPG. I really do, but...
I can play Puzzle Quest without 20 minutes being taken out for... Oh my gosh, this is happening!
Metal Gear Solid had more gameplay in the beginning.
So
You
did
would-
Mass Effect. Just saying.
Would you know of that? Metal Gear Solid?
I've not played Metal Gear Solid 1.
Oh.
I played Metal Gear.
But before we go off topic,
Metal Gear Solid's fun. You should play. Anyway. My biggest thing, back to combat, my biggest concern about it was the combat itself. I did mention that it was range-based. The closer you were to an enemy, regardless of what it was, for some bizarre reason, the faster your gun would fire. It's not the impression that we got when we first picked up the game. We thought it was going to be more...
button mashy, more I'm shooting, more this isn't turn-based, this isn't Eternal Sonata.
more crap is actually happening, and we're not just playing a movie with itty-bitty bits of...
It's an interactive movie.
Pretty much.
Not very interactive either. Honestly.
Who knows, it might have been a good movie.
Maybe.
I'd watch it. I'd torrent it. I'd steal it from the internet.
But, I don't know, you guys are the ones who played it. So, you've made points about the, figuring things out. You've made points about the
horrid
fighting.
combat.
We've made...
Overworld.
And we've made points about the, video quality of the...
Oh, the quality of the video
Well,
itself is
no.
fantastic.
What I mean is, the game itself has a quality that's very video-like.
Oh yeah, it's cinematic.
So, what do you think? What are your final thoughts on it? Or where would you place it? For what they were trying to do, or what they conveyed that they were trying to do?
I'd place it on a screen in front of a couch with a big bucket of popcorn. Because you ain't doing anything else with it.
I'm actually going to have to agree with Epou on this one. It was a much more of a movie than it was a game, in my personal opinion.
So,
Overworld was crap.
Overworld wasn't that bad. You just couldn't go where you needed to go.
So, from a scale of 1 to 10, how much trouble are we in?
10 being the most trouble. 13.
I don't know.
Well, think about it this way.
Obviously, I've not made them watch enough Doctor Who here, so...
Sorry.
Well, you gotta think about it this way. Yeah, we've played it for, like, over an hour, but
Roughly.
how far into it did we actually get? We maybe only played what a person who knows what they're doing, they probably would have gotten through that in maybe 20 minutes, not even.
Well, considering the first cutscene was 10 minutes.
Well, you know, I'm including just watching all the cutscenes, because clearly we didn't know what we were supposed to be doing.
Yeah. I don't know. I would definitely try to give this game another shot. As soon as we found out the hero moves, you know, when things got a bit more flashy, it did seem to pick up a little bit. I'm back in combat, by the way.
Yeah, combat's a big thing in this.
Yeah.
It's just not as billed. It's an action game. That's
no
turn-based.
Yeah.
It reminded me of Eternal Sonata, sort of, and unfortunately, in like through Eternal Sonata, wow, when they said they were making noise, they weren't kidding.
Well, Eternal Sonata, I did enjoy that because I knew exactly what I was getting into, and it was fairly straightforward.
Okay.
This was deceptive. It was billed as an action shooter RPG, and what I saw was turn-based. I wouldn't even call it really a shooter. Just
You know what I saw when we started playing it?
what?
Steampunk Eternal Sonata.
Well, if you get further into it, then I assume you did. You didn't even get out of the forest anyway. So Yeah.
Final thoughts. I would give it another shot just because I don't think we got that far into it to begin with. But I'm pretty sure if this was a bit further in the game, I think we would just call it quits there.
Oh, absolutely.
So
It wasn't bad. It just wasn't what we were expecting.
mm-hmm.
And that kind of threw us off. So we might come back to it, maybe,
Eventually.
when the planets are aligned and the
And
sun's...
the moon is in the 7th house. Sorry. And Jupiter aligns with Mars.
And
So-
on that note...
Fluffy.
Second chance!